The holiday travel season is in full swing. That means more trips to the airport. That might be stopping you from getting a bite or two, but there are more restaurant options that are near the airport these days. And Ian McNulty, the food, would you say yourself a writer or a critic?
I'm a food fan.
Connoisseur.
That's right.
Connoisseur for the Times-Picayune-New Orleans Advocate is here as he is every Friday for Food Talk Friday. And let's talk about it. There are a lot of good restaurants around the airport. A lot of great restaurants in the airport.
Well, yeah, let's set this up. So there's a new airport, and the food inside is vastly better. Nowadays, you can walk through the airport, if you're a passenger, once you get through security, and get Dookie Chase's gumbo, mofo, pho. You can visit the Munch Factory. You got a cocktail from Cure. Go see Mondo, that old Susan Spicer restaurant that's back in the airport. But all of that is on the other side of security. And Eric, I get asked all the time, hey, I'm dropping somebody off. I'm picking somebody up. I want to take them to food right away. Or we had a delay on the way to the airport. We got 45 minutes to kill. What's a good place near the airport? Before, I feel like a lot of people had those options down with the old airport where it was forever. But now there's a new concourse, a new entry, a new route of access.
Off Loyola, yeah.
Very different
and
options.
There wasn't a whole lot of stuff around there.
No, so right now the front door, until they get that ramp done, the interstate ramp done, which God knows when, I'm not holding my appetite for that, you get to the airport, coming off the interstate usually, and you hit Loyola, and you hit a bunch of lights. And if you look around those lights, Eric, what you see is gas stations and fast food, but also in between that, some really good eats, and that's where I wanted to start.
Okay.
Kenner Seafood is right down Loyola. This is 2 blocks off of where that light puts you before the airport.
That is a great restaurant.
And this is like so, okay, you got boiled seafood here. They're not doing crawfish just yet. That was from the earlier season, but you get the idea. It's po' boys, it's boiled seafood. Eric, it's raw oysters, it's beer. I can't tell you how many times I've picked up certain people who said, okay, that was a hellacious flight. Get me in front of some oysters and a beer, and we go right there.
That place is always packed. They fry up some great shrimp.
And here's some surprises that I found along the way, too. Loy and Viet Food. I can't tell you how many people have asked me about this place because you stopped right there on the light on the way to the airport. What is it? They've since re-upped the exterior with these signs so you can see all this food in there.
I have seen that sign.
Yeah, so you walk in, it looks like an old convenience store, but they're doing po' boys, plate lunches, yakimen, chicken wings. It's just like New Orleans comfort food. It's like a corner store that you'd find in New Orleans, except it's right there on the last corner before the airport, so a good one. Now, Tasty Donuts. This was another surprise. Everyone knows the Tasty Donuts name around New Orleans. Well, it turns out not all Tasty Donuts are created the same.
No.
This one on Loyola is 24 hours, and they have a kitchen that's putting out some banging Creole soul food. Again, with the yakimen, gumbo, stuffed bell peppers, turkey wings, crawfish etouffee, and that's just on top of literally on top of the donuts and the cinnamon buns and all the other good things that Tasty Donuts is known for. 24 hours for that one.
How many Tasty Donuts are still around?
Oh, there's a few of them. Like I say, they're all kind of different, each one. Now, there's a lot of fast food right there in Loyola coming into the airport, and I kind of tend to blow off some of the fast food, but I give a special shout out to Popeyes, which is near there. However, if you're right there, you're right across the street from one of the best dim sum places I've found in a long time. This place is called Yummy House. Now, this is about a year old, and it's literally right there at the light. You're staring at it. You might wonder, what kind of Chinese restaurant is this? They've got all kinds of normal, standard American Chinese fare, but also you can stop in for dim sum. So all these dumplings, small plates to pass around, kind of social food. That's a good destination for dim sum anyway.
And good dim sum is wonderful.
Yeah, that's right. So I mentioned the Popeyes. There's a Brothers across the street if you like Brothers fried chicken better. So I know, you know, the chains, I'm always telling people go local, but, you know, come on, Popeyes, it gets a pass, obviously, from locals. Now, if you expand it a little more, over the years, I've built up all these places that I liked from the old airport route, right, when you had to go down Vets or Airline. Well, some of those are still very much in play, and just a couple I wanted to throw out there before we wrap this up. Genduz's Italian Eatery.
That's a good one.
This is at the end of Williams. It's not really exactly next to the airport, but it's just off Airline. And look at those meatballs. Those are magnificent meatballs. And one last one, Taco Tico. Yes, there's a Taco Bell nearby on Loyola right by the airport. No, that is definitely not beneath my standards. I'll still hit up a Taco Bell at certain hours. But Taco Tico is still worth the trip. That is an outpost that has remained. They're just doing takeout right now. You get yourself a Sancho, get yourself a taco burger with nothing but the meat and the sauce and some cheese, a couple tacos, or bring them home to someone you know that loves.
And I'll give a shout out. One of my favorites is still the Brick Oven at Williams and Veterans. They do a great job. All right, Leslie, and thank you.